Hello there, and a big warm welcome to the Footgolf Association of England podcast show. I'm Rob Lamar, and I'll be your guide, your host through everything that we've got going on in this month's show. Now, let me give you a bit of an update of who will be joining us in a short while. We'll have James Bryce here, give us an update on how the TikTok page is going, and we'll have the top 5 TikToks to show you, and we'll be seeing all of those. He obviously gave the launch of that last month. And then we'll have Tom Stott joining us. He's doing a bit of a world record attempt. We'll find out how that's going on and how much further he has to go on that. Then we'll be joined, then we're going a bit more into the world of foot golf. We've got Carl Baker May joining us. A very successful weekend he had not so long ago, as did Lee Bennett, who will be here too. I think his first big win. And then we've got Michaela Hill joining us here, talking about the qualifications that she's going through at the moment in the world of foot golf. But of course, we can't go any further as we are talking foot golf without introducing the president himself, Mr. Paul Bolton. Hello, Paul.
Good evening, Rob. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. It's good. Yeah, we're back again. Doesn't seem a month since we did what we did the last one.
It doesn't. When you said, "Oh, we're ready for this month," I was like, "What?" But we did one last week.
Yeah.
A month flown by already, and a lot's happened, hasn't it, in the world of foot golf?
Yeah, a few bits and bobs. Obviously, the season's now underway. Obviously, as you just said, Benno's won his first big event, which is a great achievement for Lee. He does keep on improving, so it's great to see. But it was a great weekend. Sold out field. It was a brilliant weekend. We had the sunshine. Just for a change, everything was perfect. So we enjoyed it. But while we are on events, we are looking forward. The National Masters, 10th and 11th of May, that is sold out again. The waiting list is open. So if you want a chance of getting in that, put your name on the waiting list. It does not cost you anything. The event following that, we go to Gatwick Southeast Open. The numbers there are creeping up and up. That isn't a million miles away from being full. So again, get your names on these competitions. The positive start to the year, the club league figures, everything's on the up. So it's been a really positive couple of months, really.
I suppose this sort of abnormally warm weather has really sort of helped, because it's normally this time when you're trying to promote the sport, and it's obviously this is the start of the season traditionally, and it's like a lot of people sort of stay away from it. It's like, oh, I don't. It's a bit cold, still a bit wet.
Yeah,
I'm not quite ready to go out.
Yeah, I agree, because this time I've actually physically moved the tour backwards because of the bad weather.
Oh,
The last 2 years, we went to Aintree last year. It was unbelievably windy. It was horrible. We cancelled the Wiltshire this time last year. It was cancelled.
Yeah, I remember.
So I've purposely moved the tour back. We brought the club, but I think the club league early has actually give everyone a good platform. It gets you out, gets you playing. It's a little more casual. It's a little more local. So I think, even though it wasn't done particularly on purpose, I think it's made a real positive impact, really. I think it's been really good. So, and that's showing in the tour figures. It's never nice not having people getting in competitions, but, unfortunately, we can only house so many people. So, but it's really positive. Also, Rob, the World Club Trophy, which we host the finals at Ashbury this year. The qualification for that will be in Lyon on the 17th and 18th of May. We will be sending Brighton as our representative. So,
All right.
Yeah, the good news is, because there's no rankings, because this is the first one ever, the seeds have been done on FIFG license sales. We are now in the top pot because we did very well on that last year. So again, that's the little bits that people probably don't see. The sales, it counts for stuff. So Brighton are now in pot one, and they miss some real big boys in the world of club foot golf anyway.
So being in that top group.
Yeah, so that's really positive.
Well, also you saying about the sales of the licenses obviously shows how much the sport is growing in this country.
Yeah, we're growing. We've just sold our 200th. Sorry, I'll start that again. We've just sold our 200th license. So we've sold 200 already this year. So that's, again, it's a big thank you to everyone. It is a big thing. It does count for stuff, to apply for majors next year. You have to get X amount of sales. These things count for things. So, we're in a good position. Things are improving. And again, talking of improving, we touch on to the Masters. We're currently sat at 236 players, which is absolutely unbelievable.
That's going to be a big weekend, and we do mention it in every one of the shows we do, but it is what the season is going to be building up to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive event. I think Ashbury Oak's a good event anyway. I think those that have
Always
been there,
does,
yeah, I think it just does what Footgolf requires. I think it's a good Footgolf venue. It keeps it affordable. I think that's a big key in Footgolf. But no, we look forward to it. The on-site rooms, I know I've sent a few emails around. Anyone not booked their room yet, please do it as soon as you can, because they are going very, very quickly. So yeah, you can pay a 25% deposit, so it's all very affordable. So yeah, so I think things are looking up, things are looking good, and it's positive, and that's all we want. So
absolutely. Before we go any further, is that all the news that we have at the moment?
The only other thing, there will be,
there might be more.
a World Cup. There is a World Cup announcement coming at the end of the month, so keep your ears peeled for that. I'll give nothing away on that front, but there is an announcement coming. Obviously we have to decide, the FIFG have to decide where the World Cup's going to be, because time is ticking. People want to know. So yeah, I think that'll start to move quite quickly.
Hopefully in next month's podcast we'll have we'll know by then what would happen, and we can have a big discussion on it.
Definitely. We like a World Cup discussion.
Absolutely, we were doing that. Now you're talking about how things are moving forward and growing. One of the things that is growing is our TikTok page, which started up quite recently, and we've got James. We're going to bring him in right now. Hello there, James.
Hello.
In charge of the TikTok, as it were.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. It's just TikTok. It's just saying it all the time. It just sounds weird. How's it going? How's the growth going?
I mean, pretty good for the first month. I mean, we're edging towards 200 followers. Most of them have been like the last week or so. We've got a good 80 plus followers this week. Oh, nice. Largely down to 2 of the last 3 TikToks. We've had somehow over 500,000 views on those 2 TikToks,
wow,
which is pretty ridiculous, to be fair. So if we can keep doing those kind of videos and getting more people in and following and encouraged to come and play the game, then that's the whole point in the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, in a short while, we've got obviously you've put those new ones up. We're not on there, but until then, we've got the current. We have the top 5 sort of TikToks that have got. So we'll be showing those in just a bit. If anybody wants to sort of, obviously they're following you and they can send you messages via TikTok itself. Is that the only way they can get in touch with you and get the videos up?
Yeah, WhatsApp, Facebook, or anything, or on TikTok direct, just drop us a message. I mean, there's a lot of people send us videos already, so obviously we're using them, but obviously more content is better. Keep sending it in. The more we can get, the better, and I can do what I can and try and get on the TikTok trends and keep them as relevant as possible, but obviously in trying to encourage people to come and play and ignore most of the shin pad jokes and stuff like that and the long socks jokes.
There's always those, isn't there? So what sort of things are you looking for over the I'm sure you've got quite a few already of all different types, but is there anything in particular you'd like to be sent over the next few weeks?
Just anything in Footgolf, whether you're practicing or when you're in actually playing an event. I mean, the quality of the video is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Obviously taking the lives, it cuts off a lot of the video when you're trying to do the video. So when you're doing an actual recording from the cameras and stuff like that, you get better quality. Plus, it takes up the whole screen, so it's more. It's better for one people watch the TikTok. So if whoever's got stuff like that, or encouraged or want to start doing those kind of videos, send them in, and I can obviously help and get them up.
So when you're sort of going through the videos, what draws your eye? Is it something that maybe it was like a good piece of skill, or it was like somebody doing something that it was a bit out of the ordinary, or is it somebody kicking a ball and falling over? What type of
Oh,
thing do you
yeah.
prefer to see?
No, if it's funny, it's always good. I mean, yeah. Obviously, the quality of the shot is always better. I mean, putts are quite often a good ones. Obviously, difficult shots where you don't expect to get the ball in, they're always good. But I mean, seeing people strike the ball, teeing it off different styles, and obviously seeing how they go. But obviously, people's falling over. That's always going to be attracting of the good viewers. So yeah,
Yeah,
anything like that would be great.
as long as there's a variation, it's not just 10 videos of someone falling over all the time, and then it's
No,
fine.
exactly. And I'll take the video and I'll try and match it up to whatever music's trending at the time and try and make something of it and try and make it as much appealing as possible and get it pushed out as much as possible.
Oh, that's good. So get in touch with James on TikTok, and then we can get all the videos playing like so. So what is the current trend at the moment on TikTok? Yeah, I should I should look and I should know, but I'm going to ask you what is the trend?
They're a bit weird. I mean, the most. I mean, TikTok's is an odd place if you can waste a lot of time there. But the most recent video is about a trend that says "God forbid we do something," and it's like for the Footgolf, God forbid we have a dress code for a competitive sport, because obviously it's quite well picked on and stuff like that. Whereas and the previous one that which the video is doing really well, the big one at the moment from last week, is about just remembering what it's all about, kind of thing. So that was a popular trend at the moment. That's that TikTok has really popped off.
Oh, nice. Oh well, we've got the current top 5, obviously, for this month, and then we'll, as you say, some have blown up over the last few days. They're not in our current top 5, but they'll be. Well, who knows? They could be in next month's.
I think one of them is in the top. It was in the top 5, and it was. I think so. Yeah, it's the one that's gone big. I think it's one of the one I sent you.
As it? Oh, right. Okay.
At the time, it started okay, but then it exploded. But I can't remember what I sent you now. So yeah, it may be.
Well, we've got so for everyone watching that, if you're not on TikTok yet, we've had it up on the bottom of the screen. We'll have it up again a little bit later as well. Do get following on TikTok. Check out all the videos, give them likes, and make sure that just to get them up, and again, it spreads the word.
All the likes and all the interactions, all the sharing definitely helps boost it.
All right, so what we'll do now is we'll bring in the top 5. James, thank you very much for joining us this month. We'll have you back again next month with the next top 5 as well, and until then, hopefully lots of TikToks keep on ticking, as they say, or they do now.
Cheers.
All right. Okay, then. Here's our current top 5 TikToks.
Number 5. Number 4.
This is the club league match between Cambridge Footgolf and New Toxteth Footgolf. After 18 holes, Cambridge hold a 14-4 lead. New Toxteth needing to win both match plays to stand a chance of taking all the points. In the first match for Cambridge, we see Jamie Cullum, who led after 18 holes, and Elliot Hurrell team up. For Utoxeter, we see Darren Marshall, who had a blinding 18 holes, team up with Dragos Otanu for Utoxeter. On the first hole, both teams came close to winning the first hole. Dragos nearly holding out from here. While Elliot had this putt to win the first hole but come up just short. On to the next hole, Utoxeter had this putt to have a chance of halving the hole. They missed and they gave Jamie Cullum this simple putt to take an early lead. In the second match, Glyn Cook teamed up with Lee Bennett while they faced off against Ray Walker and James Brotheridge for Utoxeter. In this match, Cambridge took an early 2-0 lead. Cambridge on this hole though made some uncharacteristic mistakes, giving Utoxeter the opportunity to win this hole. Glenn Cook had this pretty much to save the hole, ultimately giving Utoxeter one back. Back to match 1 and Cambridge had taken a 2-0 lead. Utoxeter did have opportunities to try and get some back, but come up just short on a few of the holes. And on the 8th hole, Jamie Cullum and Elliot Hurrell had 2 putts to secure half of the hole and win the match. Back to match 2 and both teams are all square. Ray Walker and then Glyn Cook making good approaches to give both players opportunities to win the hole. Utoxeter had the first attempt to try and birdie the last, falling just short. This gave Lee Bennett the opportunity to win the hole and ultimately win the match for Cambridge.
Number 3. Number 2.
Are you toe putting or side footing?
Number 1.
Oh, no way, look at that. Oh, there we are.
We're back. We're back.
I wonder what happened there. There we are. Let's bring it. Suddenly, there we are. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, very good. Very good then.
I tell you what was good in the videos there. It was seeing players like Jamie Cullum coming back. Not seeing him playing foot golf for quite a while now, quite a few years.
Yeah, he's pretty. Again, it's Jamie he's got a young family now, so you know his priorities are different. But the club league just gives him that foot golf fix. But it is great to see him back, and he's back doing well as well. To be fair, so yeah,
number one in the world at one point. So, when I saw it, I was like, good to see players returning as well. So there we go. That was our sort of top 5 current TikToks, and I'm sure there'll be more flooding in as of now. We'll see what the next top 5 are next month. Now, a bit of a change of pace right now, and I'm using the word pace as in it's probably someone who has been pacing himself quite a lot over the over the last few months as well. We're going to bring Tom Stott in as well for some reason. Our layout has completely changed here. I don't know what's going on there, but you're hello there. Tom's joined us as well. Now, Tom, doing a world record attempt. I sound very, very envious and a little bit jealous of how you're doing it. But please tell everybody what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm doing 10K a day for 500 days, running it, so one lot of 10K every single day, without skipping a day. Started on August the 19th last year, so running all different countries such as Greece, Spain, England, Turkey when we were away for the Euros. So obviously playing as well. So having to find the time to do it in and around playing on the English tour and things like that as well. So as I say, started August the 19th last year with the plan of ending the 500 days on the final day of this year. So currently on day 244. So just completed that about 2 hours ago.
Really?
And yeah, I'm raising money at the same time for Mind Charity.
Oh,
A charity quite close to me. From a young age, I've struggled with a gambling addiction, so I sort of reached out to them when I needed some help, and they were there when I felt like there was no one to turn to. So they were magnificent, and this is my way of giving myself a bit of a challenge, but also giving back to them. So yeah.
So, well, yeah, like I said, I'm very envious. I've got no knees anymore, so running that stopped a while ago. So you're doing it for charity. You're doing the world record. Are they the inspirations? It's like, is it if you weren't doing it for charity, would you go, "Oh, I can knock it on the head now. I think I've done enough."
No,
No,
no.
you
Yeah,
that mindset is there.
it was a bit of both. I think sort of during lockdown when gyms are closed and we couldn't play football and all that kind of thing. But I
Mhm.
got into Footgolf through playing football, and people who played on the tour got me involved and that kind of thing. So when that was sort of taken away because of COVID, I sort of found a new passion for running, really keeping fit that way. So yeah, I in lockdown, because we were due, me and my wife now were due to get married, but it was delayed because of COVID. I got into running and doing a bit of a daily streak then with 5Ks. So I just happened to be looking on the Guinness World Records website, and they had the 10K consecutive 10K runs on there, and the minimum required was 365. And I kind of just couldn't wait till the new year to get going. So I set my target at 500 and just started in August instead of waiting for January. So, and obviously having that charity there who have supported me, it was an opportunity for me then to have to do it for two different causes. One for me to try and achieve a Guinness World Record in running, and also to sort of fall in line with that to raise money as well to give back to them. So yeah, I think if either of them, especially if the charity wasn't there, me being quite competitive, coming from a football background and now competitive in terms of foot golf, I don't think there would be a way that I would stop,
Right.
especially being so far into it now.
Yeah. But now obviously it's a record attempt as well.
Hmm.
How does it get recognized? How is it sort of
Yeah,
registered?
so you have to apply. So you need to go on the
Mm.
Guinness World Record website, and you need to upload evidence. So I had to buy rather than using my Apple Watch that I had before, you had to upload your Garmin data file. It's a KML file which shows you Google Earth maps, so it can't be edited or anything like that. Video evidence and things like that was initially needed to be submitted. And yeah, you have to log into the portal and upload evidence of every single run that you do, and they have to approve it. They give you guidelines such as each run has to start and finish within the same calendar day, and every run has to be completed in under 90 minutes. So again, if any of those are broken on any day for whatever reason, the challenge will be over. So yeah, it's
Has there been any moments where I'm running out of time? I've got to do. Obviously fitting
yeah.
maybe a busy schedule,
There's
trying to fit it in.
absolutely, yeah. There's been a few, usually because either I've been traveling with work, or we've had a big, let's say, foot golf competition, like we had the English Open last year. Um, and I'm traveling back, and the plans to do it when I get back home with more than enough time. But then there's traffic on the motorways and things like that, and it's like, oh gosh, I've got to do it in under an hour, this one. So yeah, I'm running around like a headless chicken, trying to finish it just in time. So there's been times where I've been 40 seconds away from not. So
Really?
from yeah, and that was about day 170, day 180.
Oh,
And obviously trying to keep yourself motivated on days where you might be feeling not low, but like because you've been so busy with work, you get home, you put your feet up, and you might have had a late day at work or whatever it might be, and it comes to 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it's tipping it down outside, and you really don't want to go outside, so you just drag it on as much as you can. But I'll always make sure I get it done. I don't think there'll be anything other than, touch wood, a bad injury. There won't be a way that I don't do it. I can't see anyway.
So to tie that in, you just, sorry, Rob, while you mentioned the English Open there, Tom,
yeah,
I obviously, those that were there last year know we did the Hole in One challenge for Mind Charity for Stu last year.
yes,
So we can announce now we will do that for your charity and Mind again this year.
Oh, amazing! Oh, thank you.
So there you
That's
go.
excellent. Brilliant. Thank you.
To you.
Oh, excellent. That's fantastic. Thank you.
There you go. Well, anything we can do to help Tom, then we certainly will. Obviously, don't ever be afraid to ask, and we'll do anything and everything we can.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, hopefully I'll be there for this one rather than running around the golf course trying to do my runs. But no, absolutely.
It didn't even register because at the time you just went off and it's Tom's gone for a run. It was because I didn't really know you were doing it.
Yeah,
but it's like, he's just one of those mad runners. But obviously it all ties in to
I mean, there's quite a funny one as well where we're at the Euros in Turkey, and I think it was the final. I think it was Slovakia and Spain, and I wanted to catch the end of it because obviously we had our own game and that kind of thing, and for third and fourth, and I was running around the course trying to keep up to make sure I got to the end by the time they were finishing. I ran past Rob in his tent commentating a few times and waving at him, and he probably thought I was just
sitting there freezing under a blanket.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the good thing about running as well. You don't need money, you don't need anything really. You just need a pair of trainers and just get yourself out there. So it's anyone can do it. It's obviously a bit of a challenge, the one that I'm doing, but it's good for me, and sort of activity and exercise keeps you in a good place. So it's been really good, as well as obviously the challenge itself and raising the money. It's certainly helped me, and it'll help others as well, getting out, doing activity and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's been good, and I'm enjoying the challenge. So
you've done really
if anybody wants to help
Thank
and donate, where should they get in touch? And
yeah, so on social media, I've got so my Instagram. I'll share my links and all that kind of thing. But on my Instagram page, I think Footgolf Association of England have shared it and that kind of thing as well. But I've got a link in my bio on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which takes you to the GoFundMe page where people can donate or support or comment and that kind of thing and share. So even if you can't donate, then likes and shares and stuff, it spreads the message out there. And even if we don't reach the fundraising target, at least I've raised more awareness about Mind, and people know if they are struggling and they're looking for someone to turn to. Hopefully, just remembering that name will sort of ring a bell for them to get in touch if they need it. So yeah, but nearly halfway. Next Friday, I'll be on day 250 next Friday, so halfway through. It feels like a lifetime, but time has flown at the same time. So
yeah, well, are you still on the same pair of trainers?
Yes, but I will be changing them soon because they're a bit knackered now. I've got a few holes in them.
Right. And if it might have been a superstition thing, I've got to stay with those. I've got no injuries, but I suppose there's a point where it's like these aren't comfortable anymore.
Yeah. I think they, when you buy a pair of running trainers, they usually, depending on the quality of them, usually they say about 500 miles. But no, I've had the same pair of running trainers for years. So obviously I've never gone through them in terms of mileage like I've done with these ones. So yeah, I've expecting to buy some a bit sooner than I would have hoped to, just because they get so worn out so quickly.
Well, we wish you so much luck and so much. Just I hope it really goes well. And
Thank you.
We'll make sure that the videos are continually shared as well.
Fantastic.
And that, it goes really well. I'll be keeping an eye out across your socials as well.
Brilliant.
Videos, how you doing?
Yeah, well done,
excellent,
Tom.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thanks for joining us today. We'll catch you up and see you again very soon. best of luck. So that was Tom Stott and his world record attempt going on there. Now we're going to move into the world of a foot golf because there's been a lot of games happening as the season is well underway at the moment. So we can bring in now. We'll bring in. We've got 3 foot golfers who are sort of having a very successful start to the season. We've got Carl Baker May, we've got Lee Bennett, and we've got Michaela Hill joining us as well. Hello, everyone.
Welcome, guys.
Hi, are you all right?
Hello.
Yes, all good. Right, Carl. Starting off in the last podcast show, we were talking about. We had obviously Ant on from the Midlands, obviously giving it all that. Not here today. But Lee is they're representing the Midlands, I guess. But the Southeast were the winners. How was the tournament?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think I got a little bit of stick for saying that I was on the fence last time round when I said that it's going to be a quite even competition. Quite a few teams, or every team had a potential chance of winning. And I think it turned out not too dissimilar in that I don't think, apart from the first game where the Midlands played the Southwest, I think it was like 6-2 or something like that. I think every other game was either a draw or there was only it was like 6-4, things like that. So it showed that what I was saying was true. Firstly, that the equality across the country's got a lot better. The teams are way more even now. And yeah, on the tournament itself, I think we made a slowish start. I think we were in great positions in both the first 2 games and kind of gave away via a little bit of sloppiness on our part and good play from the opposition. Meant we drew the first 2 games. But after lunch, we then came back out really strong against the Southwest in the last group game, to win that one. And then the final was the final. And yeah, we turned up in the final and did really, really well. And I think the score made it end up quite close, but I think we were fairly comfortable going round.
There we are, full rundown of the one. Paul, you were there as well. Was it a good day's competition?
It was it was a really good day, to be fair. We come fourth, so I've got nothing much good to say really. But no, it was really good. I think there was 3 or 4 draws. I think, the competition was super tight all the way through. There was nothing in it. Like Carl said, the first match, probably their first match, was the only one that had a big scoreline. Every other match was either a draw, the odd point in it, which is what you want. That's why you turn up to these things. That it keeps you on your toes as well. I think that's the important thing. I know, obviously, Carl got the winning putt, didn't you? You made the winning putt, or was
Not quite. Somehow it missed, but Ando tapped it in. So it was right.
So yeah, you missed. Yeah. But
So he got the glory.
so Ando took the glory. But no, it was a really good day. I think it's a really good competition. I know we said this last time, but it integrates new players, average players with the best players, and it all comes together in one team. It's brilliant. It's really, really good atmosphere. It's a fixture for our tour forevermore. It's a really good addition. So
Again, we were talking about weather earlier. It was another perfect weekend. They're talking about perfect weekends. I didn't quite work out for him in the in this sort of main competition, but an individual event, Lee, getting your first win at that same weekend.
It's only taken 3 or 4 years, but yeah, we got there. It was a good weekend, to be fair. I'm not the biggest fan of Sizenby, but I think it for a Cat B and the changes that was made to the course certainly helped. There was a lot of holes that were a lot harder to navigate, obviously bigger distances. You needed to think about your shots. It's not the same flow and the same layout that we're all used to. So it mixed it up a little bit, which I think was needed, if I'm honest. But the first round, I actually bogeyed my very first hole. So I thought, right, here we go. gonna be one of those weekends. But I just stuck to it. Got the sort of front 9 out of the way, shall we say, and then sort of motored on as the back 9 opened up and sort of played some good stuff. I actually finished the first round with a bogey again, which was a poor shot on my behalf. But I was one clear at the sort of the midway break. So everyone chasing me with some big names, maybe not quite where I thought they might be, but the quality is what the quality is, and there's always players that can knock around together. So you're never quite there, you never clear until that final ball's kicked.
So
yeah, and I think just pushing on that. Carl, what did you shoot in the second round? -8?
Yeah, -8.
I may or may not have been looking at the scores as I was going round. But Carl was down there, Ant was down there, a couple other sort of big names was down there. But all it takes is 2 or 3 shots from you sort of going the wrong way and a couple of birdies, and they once the birdies start to sink, and it's it can all change within sort of 5, 6, 7 holes. So it wasn't the strongest start to the second round. I was out with Tom Spink, Danny Walbach, Tom Williams, and it wasn't a very strong front 9 from any of us, in all honesty. You kind of needed 1 or 2 of us to sort of really kick on and get going. So it did take a good sort of 8 or 9 holes for that to actually happen. Whether it was a coincidence that, again, it was the front 9 and then sort of the back 9 happened and that's where the birdie started to sink again. I don't know. But yeah, so it was just a case of taking hole by hole, keeping an eye on that scorecard. I saw the likes of sort of Baston hitting the birdies. Alex Hewitson, he was up there. I know that he can certainly strike a ball. Saw him sink I think it was an eagle on hole 13 or 14. It was the old 16 as we know it. So I was like, right, here we go. So yeah, and I knew people were chasing, so it was just about trying to just keep my focus really and just play my game, not force anything, hit the fairway, let the ball roll and get it close to the flag. It's pretty much how I play foot golf. So
you didn't do anything different because you were leading?
No, to be honest with you, I don't really go to any competition with expectations of saying I'm going to be top 3, top 10. I go and I just enjoy it first and foremost. I'll never be the biggest hitter in the world, but at the same time, I don't generally make mistakes. I think I'm typically a very safe player. As I said, my accuracy is pretty much one of my stronger points. My sort of approach in and around the greens, I think, is generally where sort of my game is at. So I have to sort of make up weaknesses in other areas where certain players will be out driving me sort of 10, 15 yards. I then have to sort of play catch up in other ways. But it was just about doing what I know that I can do. If I try and force anything, if I try and strike the ball too hard, I lose my form, I lose my technique, and then the ball suddenly veers off and goes in the rough, and before you know it, you've lost a shot or two. So no, it was just play my game, do what I know I can do, and just take my shots when they happen.
And I think you've proven over the last 2 or 3 years you're one of the most steady players on tour. You don't make, like you said, you don't make mistakes. Your game is always, you're a top 10 player. You're never out of the top 10. Just steady. So to go on and win is a really good achievement, to be fair.
A fair few people say that I'm a steady player and I'm always in the top 10, but I may not always win competitions, which I think is probably a fair statement.
Yep.
But I'd like to think that now I've got my first under my belt, I'll hopefully add some more to the number this season. Hopefully.
Yeah, throwing down the gauntlet to your mate.
Well, that's it. Other players might start looking and going, "Oh, watch out, Lee."
Yeah,
they'll sort of glance at you a little bit more than maybe they would have before.
Yeah, I won't tell you some of the messages I've had from my pairs partner over the week, so we'll keep that one offline. You can imagine what they've been like.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I think it's always nice that first event as well and Carl will vouch for this, to get that first win under your belt. It's a good get off to that winning start, and it's a like you say, there are a lot of people out of position, so you gain quite well on a lot of people already.
But as a steady and sort of strong player that I feel I am, at the same time, I've never really been a case of, I've not won a tournament. When's it going to happen? Turn up to the next event. I come 3rd or I come 8th or whatever it might be. When's it going to happen? I've generally never really thought of it like that. It's never really been an issue or consideration. My main focus is playing well. I always try and aim for the top 5 at any event if I can. If I know that I'm in the top 10, I know that I'm pretty much going to make the team for any of the majors next year. And that's the way that I think. So I just play my game, go and enjoy it, and that's my focus.
And to be fair, you've come a long way since your amateur days, haven't you?
Well, Ant would say it's because I'm playing with the best player on tour, but I don't think so.
No, it's a really good achievement, mate. Honestly, I'm really happy for you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
That's really good. And speaking of achievements and looking to achieve, we've got Michaela with us as well. A lot of preparation going on in your books, I guess, in your world of foot golf at the moment, as you're prepping for a trip to Hungary. Is that right?
Yes. So unfortunately, we couldn't get a women's team out to the Euros. So I think the men and the seniors have qualified for the World Cup through there. We've got to go via the qualification route, which is taking place at the Hungarian Open. So we're flying out there on the 5th of June. Practice Friday, round 1 Saturday, round 2 Sunday, and then we'll fly home on the Monday. We've got a team of myself, Claire Williams, and Joanne Carr going. And yeah, we're going to give it our best shot and hopefully get in that top 5 to qualify.
All right. How many? Do you know how many other people are going to be there? How many other countries are going to be there?
There's 12 countries.
Okay.
So it's no easy feat. No. But we'll give it a good go. So we've got a good team going out there. So I'm quite confident.
It sounds very strong. And how are you playing at the moment?
Had a bit of a mixed start.
You went very high there, Michaela.
Had a bit of a mixed start. So I didn't play as well as I'd liked in the Super Cup for the Southeast. Lost my game in the final. But to be fair play to Jojo, she did play very well. So read the greens superbly. And yeah, I got given a putting masterclass from Jen Bruffel on the Sunday. But no, I mean, and clubbing's been going well. It's been quite the experience this year so far, being captain of Pedham. So I'm learning a lot of new things behind the scenes. And yeah, it's just kind of, I'm still enjoying it, which is all I can ask for whenever I go anywhere.
Yeah, and there's a lot of work going on as well, Rob, with trying to grow the women's game in this country, because it's difficult, as we've always known. We've got new women coming into the development team. We've got a new woman playing down in the southwest that's really taken to it. So it's coming. There's a lot of work and a lot of good work as well. I know Michaela's doing her work. Carl's done quite a lot as well. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on at the minute. But it's tough, isn't it, Michaela?
Yeah. Yeah, so there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes. So Bolts and I speak a lot more regularly now than we used to. But it's all good. It's all positive. So we're getting a big push into growing the women's game this year. And yeah, it's just been really positive so far. So all good.
All good. Well, I suppose with the huge explosion of women's football over the last couple of years or so, it'd be good to maybe sort of go, hey, look, if you're not able to run around as like on a football pitch, or get involved in the tackling, but you want to do those football skills as well, then foot golf is the way to go. And it's obviously trying to tap into that sort of similar market, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly that. It is difficult, to invite a woman into a very, very strong male environment is not the easiest thing to do as well. So, we've a lot to do, a lot of work, but we're not shy of hard work.
No, why should we be? Well, thank you so much, Michaela. I'm going to wish you all the very best out in Hungary. What was the date again? Sorry.
So it'll be the 5th of June is when we fly out.
Okay.
So the round 1 will be on the 7th, on the Saturday. So
Right.
unfortunately, it means I have to miss the competition at Gatwick, but small sacrifice.
But it's a chance that you could end up at a World Cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that might well be a small sacrifice to make.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Looks like Carl's off. His chauffeur's picked him up. So he's going.
They're en route.
Carl, thank you so much for joining us. Lee as well. Congratulations once again. There was a message that did come in for you, Lee. There you go. From what's his name? I think it's an Ant Ant something.
Normally about having an evening meal, but clearly that's not happening.
Yeah, positive.
But yeah, send you a little up the Benno that we got there. So, thank you very much for joining us, Michaela as well. We hope to hear from you again in the very near future, and of course, we'll have a couple of podcasts before you're off to Hungary, so we can sort of keep updated with everyone there. Thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you all a very good night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
There we are. So that's the world of Footgolf as it stands for the end of this month, Paul. And another great show.
I think so. Yeah, the TikTok thing is we're a bit too old for it, really, aren't we? But it is the way of the future.
Yourself. But yeah,
the views speak for themselves. It's criminal what views they're getting. Tom again, incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
Absolutely
amazing. And like you said, sharing his videos and everything on our
so no, I think it's good. And yeah, the Footgolf season is off and running,
which is great. It's great. It's now it's a last one we were saying coming up. Now it's all underway. The games are being played. Obviously, the club league is underway as well, and then we've got so what's the next big tournament?
We are at Oldham on the 10th and 11th of May, which is again sold out. But again, like I said before, put your name on the wait list. Doesn't cost anything, and yeah, you might get in. But yeah, no, we look forward to Oldham. It's a big one, that, because it's sort of it's a triple point event, so it's a big event. A lot on offer.
So get on over, get yourself signed up if you haven't signed up just yet. Website address on the bottom of the screen across all the socials. You can get in touch there as well. Paul, thank you very much once again.
No problem.
I will speak to you soon. But
you
we'll
will.
be back again next month here, won't we?
Take care, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Care. There we go. Paul Bolton there, the president of the Footgolf Association of England. And as we said, if there's anything that you want to know about the world of Footgolf, do get on to the website. You can search that out there, or type in Footgolf Association of England across any of the social medias, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, etc. Find it across any of them, and send a message there. Find out about the next tournament. Find out about the club league, and get involved in that way. And get yourself playing. The weather's been great. You could have been out on a course kicking a ball in a hole. It's that simple. It's not really, but you've got to give it a try. I'm Rob Ramar. Thank you so much for joining me here this week. It's been incredible to chat with everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again next month. Take care.